Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Marko Lapčević, and today I will be giving a persuasive speech on why the death penalty must be abolished from the justice system permanently. And I will take you through slideshows to give you visual aid as to convince one of you guys at least, hopefully, to change your minds about not supporting the death penalty anymore or reconsider. So I apologize if you can't see the slideshow. I wasn't able to screen record, so I'm just recording off my camcorder. So just bear with me, but there will be a place for you to access the slides in case if you wish to watch the video again to follow along. So that's that. And briefly, I'm an aerospace engineer, second semester at Montgomery College. That's where I go to school, and yeah. So what I'm going to be discussing throughout the entire presentation, so I'm going to give you a brief outline. I'm going to give you the introduction, the body, main ideas, with rebuttal, of course, because it's a good idea to always look at the other side that you're not really looking at or support of, if that makes sense. And then there's the conclusion. So for the introduction, thesis statement, otherwise I'm trying to present why and change you guys' minds as to why the death penalty must be abolished. Specific purpose behind that is, executing convicted prisoners will not make the solution better. It does not deter crime. We'll get more in depth to that though, but it says it all right here. And the general purpose is taking human life away will not make one a better person because we're losing our humanity each time we do so. So that's that, briefly said and done. Introduction, I've already done that. Kind of talked about that already. Now, the first main idea that I want to bring up is the death penalty going against human dignity. So one example of this occurring, and this happens, I believe quite often, is the treatment of which death row prisoners are, the conditions that they are in the cells. So the cells aren't really made for them. Rather, it's just, it makes them feel uncomfortable, as well as pending death, execution. It could happen any day, so that makes them mentally, they're not in the right mental state, so that can affect them in many ways, and it's disrespectful. So you don't want to, well, that's rude. So you don't want to do that to another human being, even if they did commit that serious crime. Still, it's not right. Doesn't make you the better person. Targets people of color. Second main idea. Yes. So this definitely targets people of color more often. They do. Excuse me about the phone. More than white people. Colored people. The reason why colored people are targeted is because of the way they look, which sounds messed up. I agree. As well as being looked at from a negative point of view. So that's pretty much self-explanatory from there. And it's also immoral. Third point of view, main idea, excuse me. So even minors can be eligible for criminal penalties, including the death sentence penalty, capital punishment, call it what you will. And the fact that they're executed at such a young age is not right. We live in an imperfect system, and it's not really a good system that we abide by, but unfortunately we're forced to live through it anyway. And what else? Some people that take. And there's also false accusations, not to mention false accusations of people being executed due to not insufficient evidence. But I'm not going to go more in depth because I don't want to lose track of you guys. Now, on the other side, why do people support the death penalty? Well, it provides justice and closure to the families and friends who have lost someone close to them or significant other, and so forth. And there is actually and this kind of makes sense too, there is a gender gap in regards to more men supporting the death penalty than women. It's more of a biological thing. It's hard to explain it, but it's biological. And the conclusion, just to break it down, human dignity, racial prejudice and bias, and immorality are reasons why the death penalty has to go, because it's just outdated. It's an outdated system. It should have never even been there to begin with, but anyways, you get that part. And taking life away in general, just to not go in depth because I have actually a lot of writing here though, but just to give you a brief summary, a main point I should say, taking life away will not make the situation better, it'll only make it worse. And here are the references here that you could, if you're curious to read about a certain piece of information that I had presented earlier. Here it is. And that is all I have for the presentation. I apologize for the inconvenience. I wasn't able to record on my screen. Hopefully you're able to take something. Hopefully you've reconsidered changing your opinion about the death penalty in case you did support it. But that's all for the time I have, and thank you so much for your attention. Take care.